Okay, welcome to this class, Keanu. Thank you for joining the today's class. Before we go, can we you start you open the camera, Keanu, so I can see you, and our class will
Uh,
be more.
I can, Mister.
Oh, why, Keanu? Why you cannot?
Nah, I think I just don't want to for today.
Sorry?
Not in the mood for today.
Oh, I see that. I think it's our procedure, Keanu. So maybe if you can, please turn on the camera, yeah, because if don't, it's not part of procedure. Okay, thank you, Keanu. That's okay. Maybe if you want to turn on for a while, and maybe after this, maybe that's okay, yeah. But thank you for turning on the camera because it's our procedure, yeah. So our class will be more interactive, and also I can see you emotion and so on. Okay, Keanu, so thank you for joining today's class. So today we will go for a new module, Keanu, which is module 4 and lesson 1. It's about machine learning algorithms for today's lessons. Okay, maybe just a maybe quick info. Before we go, how about your days, Keanu? Can you tell me? And
Yeah,
how
it is
about the
fine.
lessons? It's fine. Okay, and how about the
Yeah, it's
lessons?
fine.
Any questions about the lesson?
No, no, no
No
questions.
questions. Okay. Okay, if the oh yeah, anyway, Keanu, we need to conduct the class maybe in this week twice, can we? Maybe on the Sunday
No,
also.
no, I can because I have classes on Sunday.
Oh, how about Saturday? Or maybe
Saturday, I have what like a special class.
oh, so
Play
you can
placement class because I'm
or
joining a
replacement
new
class.
lesson. Yes.
Oh, I see. So what time, Keanu? So you can attend the
I
next.
think I can't for this week.
Oh, okay, because in the previous week you said that it will be next week, which is this week. Can you maybe tell me your schedule so I will know what time that we can start the replacement class again? Because we need to, we need to follow the class
I think I can do it next Wednesday. Wait, no.
next
Yeah,
week.
next week. Yeah, next week.
Okay, please arrange your schedule, can you? Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
twice a week. Maybe we can do it on the Thursday at the same time, or maybe also on the Wednesday or whatever. So you can tell me about it. Okay, maybe that's it, Keanu. Thank you so much for tell me. Maybe we can start the lessons. Okay, can you see my screen, Keanu? Okay, you can, yeah. So yeah, if you can turn on the camera, just please turn on the camera because it will make our class interactive and also part of our procedure, yeah, Keanu, for today's lesson. Okay, now for today we will go for module 4 and lesson 1. It's about the machine learning algorithms, Keanu. Anyway, it's
Okay.
kind of long of presentation, so we have 100 slides. So I mean, please, you need to focus and also please follow along. And if you want to drink, just tell me. Okay, so we
Okay.
go for discussions about the A/B testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Mister, can I turn off the camera? I think I just don't want to for today.
Oh, okay, but please be focused, okay,
Yeah.
Keanu?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, please be focused for the lessons. Okay, so we have successfully handled the data analysis stage and also have learned how to justify hypotheses using the pre-collected data. But the analysis may result in the multiple options, turning out the potentially profitable. However, entrepreneurs usually only have enough resources to implement the one option. So what should we do? So we will try to learn and also to go about the A/B testing, Keanu, yeah? So the entrepreneur should be able to choose the most successful solution from the ones that were chosen during the analysis stage. And the tool can help us with that is A/B testing. So the procedure of conducting A/B testing is like this one. First, all users are randomly divided into two groups, which is we have the control group A and also control group B. And second, we have the group A is asked to use one fraction of the product, and group B is asked to use another. And also the third
Okay.
one, after some time, an assessment is made about which of the two solutions was better, which the product versions turn out have a greater demand. And also number four, the product that provides the best test result is selected as the main one. Okay, anyway, I will tell it a little bit faster because also we don't have much time for this, and also it contains about 100 slides, so I will make it fast, yeah. But so if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. So A/B testing is a method of studying hypothesis which is based on the testing on a product and randomly selected group of users. The success of A/B testing can be determined by using the various metrics for this. So what is metric? So metric basically it's a numerical indicator of the quality and also effectiveness of the product in the development. So for the testing stage, we have the 5 kind of this, yeah. We need to define the main purposes, which is the A/B testing. What does the business need? And also we need to define the hypothesis. What options are there? And also we need to also define the measurement metric, yeah. How can we determine which one is the best options? And also we need to prepare an experiment, which is about the technical part, and dividing into control groups. And then the last one is we need to conduct the experiment and also collect data. Okay, so now we have the options for different users, yeah. So what if the options are not mutually exclusive, but are suitable for different categories of users? And how can we determine which option is better to show to a newly registered user? So basically, we will learn about machine learning, yeah, just like the previous lessons that I mentioned. So basic machine learning can serve as a tool for solving these problems. And one of the tasks of the machine learning is to classify the users into different groups and based on collected data. So we go for machine learning. So what section of data science did we work with in the last module, Keno? Yeah? So maybe we will go for this. As you can see, we have doing data analysis anyway, yeah, in the previous lessons. And still remember, Keno, what module that we use in the previous lesson?
Use the pandas,
Yes, we use
module.
we use the pandas, we use the NumPy, and so on. Yeah. So basically, we have the this one, yeah, Keno. Yeah. So basically, it's part of data science, yeah. And now we learn about the machine learning for now. So basically, in the middle is data science because data science is learn everything about the machine learning, the science, and also the data analysis. Out there, we have the mathematics, statistics, which is also the subject area, and also algorithms, and also computer science. And for our focus for today, we will learn this one, yeah, which is about the machine learning. Okay. Okay, so machine learning, what are mathematics, statistics, and algorithms related to machine learning? Okay, maybe we will go. So basically, like I mentioned say before, we also already I already tell you about this. So machine learning is a set of methods which are categorized and not characterized by directly solving a problem according to the set algorithms, but by learning and also in the process of solving many similar problems. And also, in other words, machine learning also allows us, which is the computer, to learn how to solve the problems without having a clear solutions algorithm. So basically, this yeah the explanations about the machine learning. And so, what role does mathematics play in this? So, what does mathematics need? Why we need mathematics for machine learning? So basically, in the process of learning, the computer use the following methods. We have the mathematical statistics, we have the mathematical analysis, the probability theory, and also the graph theories, and etc. And also the result of machine learning is a mathematical model for this one.
Okay.
So now for mathematical model, so mathematical model is a formula or a set of formulas that describe the relationships between the quantitative indicators for this one. An example of the models, Keanu, we have the weather forecast, maybe, yeah. It's for calculating the expected air temperature based on the data, on the state of the atmosphere, and also we have also decisions to issue a loan, which is it will try to calculating the probability of repayment of the loan based on the data about the bank's client. And also we have also the spam filter, yeah. It's for calculating the probability that an email is spam based on analysis of the content of the email. So now, how does a computer now, how to create a formula that will make a correct prediction for this? So basically this one, yeah. So we have the sequence of actions in the machine learning. So first we will try to prepare the data. We will try to selecting the basics algorithms and also selecting model parameters for this one. Okay. So basically the sequence of actions in machine learning, first we need to prepare the data, yeah. We will try to do, and also in the previous lessons, we are already preparing the data by using the DF, we use the pandas and so on. So now we will try to selecting the basic algorithm and also selecting the model parameters for task for today. So now let's go. We will try to creating a model based on the classification algorithm. So let's go, Keanu. You can share our screen. I'm in the VS Code, yeah, for doing this. Okay. Can you share your screen so I can see you, yeah? Because we will try to solving this task, yeah, with the machine learning.
Okay.
Okay, just sharing the screen. Okay, I will also sharing my screen, yeah, which is on the module 4 and lesson 1 I can do for today's lessons, yeah, that we will try to learn for this. Module 4 and lesson 1, just this one. We also will try to use ChatGPT also for help us to showing this. Okay, I will share my screen, which is the VS Code.
Model 1
Okay.
lesson 2 or model 4 lesson 1 or model 4?
Module 4 lesson 2. Module 4 lesson 1, sorry. Module 4 and lesson 1.
Okay.
Module 4 lesson 1, which is about the machine learning, can we? Okay, warning, this task must be completed with the teacher's assistance. The program code will be written as their study new material during the lesson. Okay, let's go. We learned about this. So what's the questions? Okay, so basically on the module for and lesson one, which is this one, we need to follow along, yeah. Okay, it's also we have also documentations if you want to read, yeah. So basically, it's also the documentation about the theoretical aspect about A/B testing, and also some kind of documents with theory machine learning, and also some kinds of documents like the additional informations about this. You can read this, but maybe for our focus for today, we will try to go about the machine learning. So basically, we
Oh,
have the data, Keanu. The name of data is Titanic.csv, yeah. You can open the Titanic.csv on the left side, Keanu. You can checking on here. Okay, maybe this one. I will. Yeah, you can checking on here. You can open that, and you will see there's the name CSV. Can you see my pointer? I'm creating
yeah,
something, yeah.
yeah.
This one you can click that, and then this one, yeah, which is the CSV. Okay, as you can see, yeah, CSV is a comma separated value that we already learned about the previous lessons, but for today we will try to go for this for unpacking this. So basically, what we need to do, the simple solution is we need to type first import pandas as PD. We need to check the data pandas as PD. We importing the pandas, and then we create the data frame here, which is maybe on here the f equal pd.read underscore csv, and then we copy the file, yeah. We right click and then we select copy relative path, and then just print the df. Okay, and now let's go.
Okay.
We run this. Okay, as you can
Hold
see,
on,
it
hold
was
on, hold
showing.
on, hold on, hold on. Hold it,
Okay, as
hold
you
it.
can see, it's showing us the data, but for now, I think it's not a good information. So let's go. We make it more. Okay, we will try to go. So we will see how about the data. Okay, so basically, Keanu, yeah. So we have the data, Keanu, on here. So we have the total. We have the 12 columns on here on this one. Okay, data columns 12. Okay, we also have the sum none, yeah, or maybe not a number. But so on here, we will try to go to cleaning the data about this, Keanu, yeah. Okay, can you see my screen? So basically,
Yes, I
maybe
guess your
for this,
screen.
you can try to run this PDR-CSV. Okay,
Okay, wait. Okay, 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 okay.
okay. But maybe you can click this on here, yeah. So you will see the question. Don't click the main. On the right side, just click this one, Algorithmica. Okay, you can close this one, the main pie, because we already opened the main pie on the left side. Okay, let's go. Just click run, Keanu.
Okay, we already got the info and
Okay, so we will try to check the info. Okay, as you can see, yeah, we have info, yeah, about this, yeah. And as you can see, but we have the null. Okay, and as you can see, it's only 204. It's only 714, yeah, which is the normal. What's the normal must be? What's the normal? The total population that you see? What's the normal, Keanu?
891.
Yes, it must be 891. But as you can see, yeah, we have some kind of data that don't have that, yeah, which is we have the null values for this one. Okay. So we can also maybe you want to see for that kinds of data, yeah. Maybe you want to check. So we can use this one. Maybe we create the variable, yeah. Maybe okay. Maybe test equal df. We call the data. Maybe you want to see about this one. Uh, the name. Okay, I think this one. Okay. Okay, so maybe okay, we will check to this one first, yeah. The app dot hat first, or maybe hat. So we want to select maybe for the top five first, yeah. So
Yeah.
you already know about this. We can use the df hat part. Okay, so on here because we are using the not using the uh IPNB, which is the Jupyter notebook. So we need to type the print also. So we will select the top five of the data. And then maybe after this, we can also select the describe, yeah, which is the descriptions of the data, df.describe. Okay, just run this. Okay, as you can see, we have the information about the describe of the data. We have some none, which is the not number on here. And we need to make sure that we will try to cleaning this first, Ken, But for this short time, we will try to just go for checking the data first. And then after this, we will try to follow along. As you can see, we are also able to see the distribution of data, Kenu. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have the seven columns that have the numerical values on here. We can see the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum 25%, 50%, and so on, Ken, for this one. Can you see that? Okay, just type. Okay, DFAT 5. So that's to check the data, the distribution of data, the top 5.
Right. Hamzah?
Yes, let's go. Just run that. Okay. Can you have you? Okay, they have the describe. Don't forget the parentheses on here. Okay, we have the okay. Good.
Hmm?
Okay, I think you write it wrong. Do you have the describe. Wait, can we run this again? Run this again for click run again, can you? Click this one again.
Cannot.
So this in the line one. Print the f, df dot info. Okay, print df dot hat. Print df dot describe. Okay, wait. Can you delete the describe first and just delete this one?
Hmm?
Delete this first. Delete this.
Uh,
Can you delete that? Okay, and then run this again.
okay, wait, I'm eating, wait.
Okay, okay.
Still invalid syntax. Wait.
You need to go here and then click Control C, Ken. You need to go here. Just click this and then click Control C on your keyboard. So basically, Control C is for taking out of this, Or maybe you can close this. Can you click close on here and then click the run again? Okay, on here you click. Okay, and then click the run again. Click the Python. Invalid syntax. Standard division main py. Import Panasys PD, pd.readcsv, titanic.csv. Okay, wait. I think you write it correct. Wait. Panasys PD, okay, titanic.csv, print df, print df.head. Okay, wait. How about you copy my code? I will send you my code again.
Okay.
Okay, I think it must be correct. Okay, can you just copy my code
Okay, wait.
and then paste to your and then click
Invalid syntax.
main file stdin. What's wrong? I think at the first we can run this. Can you try to? Okay, maybe I will try to do this. Can you accept, Ken?
Okay, cap. Okay.
Accept. Okay, good. Oh wait. I will clean this first and then run this again. Okay, it's run successfully, Ken. Okay, so basically we can see this now, So if you have any troubles, just you need to delete the click this one, which is the terminal, and then after that we can run this again. Hopefully there will be corrections after that, Okay, Kenu. So basically, at the first step, we know about the data. We have the total. We have the 12 columns, but we also have some null data on here again, as you can see, and we have also data type, which is we have so many variation on here, and also, but we have also some non-null here, which is the data is not in the good distribution. So after this, we need to cleaning this and use this for our purpose for machine learning. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Until here, any question? Any question, Kenu?
No, two questions.
Oh, no questions. Okay. Okay. If no, maybe we will try to continue again about the task. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because okay. Wait. Can you see my screen again, Kenu? Which is I presenting the slides. Okay, so why the Titanic? Okay, so predicting the fate of Titanic passenger is a classic machine learning task. This given is given to all beginning data science specialists, and today's is our turn, Kenu, for doing this. What is known about the passengers? So what passengers data can we use, and also what form is the data stored in, and does it need cleaning? And also what tool can we use to answer all these questions? So basically for
Yeah.
this one, yeah, we also already doing this. We go for data set analysis, just simple, yeah. So we use the pandas SPD, we go for the DF, and also we go for the df.hat. Yeah. We can set for 5, 10, and so on. It will show it how many rows that we need to show. On previous, we select 5, yeah, we add 5 on here, and it will showing us 5 rows of the data top 5 because we are using tail hat. How about we want to go for the last, what we need to change on this hat? What words? We have hat and one more. Still remember? We have
Head is
we have tail, yeah. We have hat and
yeah.
tail, Keanu. So basically hat is
What is the
for
difference between?
the hat. That means we will showing the top rows of data. So basically the data is starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically it's 5, yeah. But when we go for tail, so we basically maybe we have the 10 rows, yeah. 10, 5, 6, or maybe just 6, yeah. When we are using, we change this hat to be tail, maybe tail 3, tail and then 3. It will showing us only this one, only this. 4, 5, and 6. It will starting from the last, which is from this one is 1, this 2, and then this 3. So we only will show us the 4, 5, and 6, which is the last rows. Understood? Any question?
Ah,
So basically for tail, it will showing us the last rows of the data. For example, we only have 7
but
rows, yeah, 7 rows in
okay.
total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we go for tail 3, that means we will selecting from 6 until 4. But when we go for hat 3, maybe a hat 3, it will selecting from this one, from 0 to 2. Basically, it will starting from the very top. But for the tail, it will starting from the very latest or very lowest of the number of the index. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So to recap, yeah, head like only shows the first, like one of the first rows
Yes,
of
the top rows. Yes.
in the top rows, and then tails is the last rows.
Yes, the last rows. Yes, exactly. Good. Okay, so passengers data, what is it about? So first we have the passenger ID, which is the sequence number in data frame. We also have the data about survive, yeah. It's whether the passenger survive or not. It will be like Boolean, yeah. 0 for no and 1 for yes. We also have the P class, which is the cabin class. And also we have the name, yeah, which is the passenger's name. We also have the sex, which is the gender of the passenger, and also the age, which is the age of the passenger. We also have the SIP SP, which is the total numbers of brothers, sisters, and also spouses to the passenger who traveled with them on the board of the Titanic. We also have the column name, which is the total number of the parents and also children of the passenger who traveled with them on the board of the Titanic. Also, we have the ticket, which is ticket number, and the fare, which is the ticket price, the cabin for the cabin number, and also embark. Yeah. Just like we are doing in the previous code, yeah, it's showing us 12 columns, which is on here, it's about the port where passenger boarded the Titanic, C for Sherbrooke, Q for Queenstown, and also S for Southampton. And what characteristics can we influence whether our passenger will be safe or not? So basically this one, yeah, we have the examples of how characteristics affect each other. So we have the woman, children, and also first class passengers are more likely to survive. We also have passengers, yeah, we didn't travel alone, have a better chance of being rescued. Also, we have the cabins located on the upper decks are closest to the lifeboat, so the passengers staying in those cabins are more likely to survive. Okay, let's check the hypothesis. So basically, we can doing this kind of print the app.goodbye sucks, and then we select the survive.min. So basically, it was showing us the 3/4 per 4 of the moment survive to the crash, and less than 1/5 of them are men. Okay, so we can also doing this kind of you can follow along this. You can writing this. Okay, I will maybe share you the full screen so we can follow along. Okay. Okay, basically this one, we go back to this task we can also add the comment for this so you will not forget about this. Maybe we can name it as first hypothesis. Hypothesis. So we can just write the f dot group by so we are grouping this. Okay, don't forget to print print the f dot group by. After that, we want to select it by the sex column, and then also we want to use the survive as the aggregation, and then we are using the min, which is will showing us the min dot min dot min. Okay, this one. Don't forget to print also maybe the number Maybe the name is the same just like the comment. Okay, this one, and then just go to run this. Okay, as you can see, it will showing us that the female is 0.74 and the male is 0.18. Okay, you can also copying this. Maybe I will send you the code to make sure that you can doing this with fast. Can you also share a screen, Keanu, so I can see your...
Yeah, I forgot. Karen.
Okay, you can also check. Okay, just run this and you can see your terminal, Keanu. What's the code about? Okay, you can just run that and then you can see the output of the data. Hello, Keanu?
Hello.
Okay, can you see in the terminal? Can you run this first and then see the output on the terminal?
Yes, I can see a terminal. Okay, wait, let me run.
What's the... Okay, just run this again and then okay, as you can see, we have the male and female Keanu. So basically it's the percentage of our gender on here which is we have more on the female rather than male. Okay, that's it. Okay, maybe we'll try to go again for the presentation. Okay, as you can see, we can also doing this, which is the pivot table Check the hypothesis, we can use the pivot table, print df the pivot table. We set the index for survive, and then the columns for PC class. So basically it will be PC class for the columns. For the values, we are using the age, and also we have the aggregation functions for min. So basically, we are using the age and also aggregate function for min for doing this one. Okay, so data says the average age of survivors is lower than the average age of those who died due to rescued children, and older passengers traveled in the more comfortable cabin class. So basically, as you can see, it will showing us the rows of this 0, 1, and then also see outputting the column just 1, 2, 3, and so on, just like this for the survive. And we also will try to check our own hypothesis about the influence of the various factors on the fate of the passengers. So basically, as you can see, characteristics of that we will use to create the models. So just like this one, we don't need maybe just like the name, the ticket cabin. So we only use some kinds of some of data, not all of the data we will be used for this one. So we can delete the columns that not to contain valuable information for us using the drop method. So basically, just using this, we set the data frame, drop the index name of the column or name. We can pass it a last index or column, and also we set the access for 1 and in place true. So basically, in place true, that means for save change to the original data frame. And also we are selecting access 1. That means that for rows, the by default equal to 0 and delete rows by index. We can pass 1 to it and delete the columns by using the name. Okay, so basically we want to delete the passenger ID, name, ticket, cabin, and also access equal to 1, and then using in place equal to true. So to doing this, just write this one, yeah. Maybe we will try to dropping this, drop. So yeah, we can use the df, and then once again, we are using the drop. We want to letting the passenger ID, maybe for making sure that the name is correct, we can copy also on the code, yeah. We can copy on this code, can we, yeah. Okay, as you can see,
Okay.
passenger ID. And once again, just follow along, yeah. You can also follow along. We have also the name, and then we have also the ticket, and also the last one we have the cabin. Okay, the cabin. And then don't forget to set the axis for 1. That means the rows. And then in place true, yeah. That means we want to saving it inside our the variable. So basically, our df will be kind of different. So we can also check the df info after this. Okay, basically, as you can see, we have the first one, we have the 11, yeah, 12, sorry, 12 common here. But when we run this, okay, wait, what's the problem? Super the drop labels. Oh, I think I have the different column name on here, yeah. Passenger ID, okay, name, okay, ticket, okay, cabin, okay, x is equal to 1, in place equal to 1, okay, that's correct. In place equal to true. Okay, just save this and run. Okay, as you can see, we only have now 8 totals, yeah. So we deleting 3 columns, can you, for this one? Sorry, 4 columns. Okay, also can doing this, can I will copy for you. You can
Okay.
also follow along for this. I think please don't turn off your share screen, can you? So I can see also your progress
Okay,
for this
wait.
one.
Okay, wait.
Okay, I've sent you the code, yeah, which you can also follow along about that. Maybe you can just copy that for just writing the code, yeah. We can set this as, okay, don't forget to add this one, can you, on here, yeah, which is the axis, axis 1. And then also, we also add the in place equal to true, yeah, in place, true. That means it's for saving the data.
Okay, in place equal to. Okay, okay.
You forgot to add this, Keno, on here. You can check my code again. I've sent you in the Zoom chat, maybe, if you want to
Oh,
compare,
the
you just,
group by, yeah.
yeah, you can copy that, Keno. You can copy and you can follow along of that, yeah, to how to write that code, Keno. Oh no, don't delete that. Don't delete that. Do not delete that. That's okay. Okay, good. And then second one, you can copy my code. I think I've sent you in the chat box, Keno, for this one, which is the drop, yeah, for dropping the data. Okay, as you can see, we are using the axis 1 and in place true. And how about if you run this, you will see something, which is we are deleting the columns that we will not use. Okay, just try to run this and
Okay,
checks the output.
okay, mister.
Okay, as you can see, we have 8 columns in total right now, yeah, because we are deleting 4 columns that we don't need. Okay, let's go back again to the presentation slide, Piano. So that's it, yeah, the output. And then that's the dataset need cleaning. Yeah, of course, yeah, we need the cleaning for this one, which is we have a different amount of this. So what can should there for port? Yeah. So let's suppose to that 2 passengers will unknown value for the invert parameter will be the first port. So how do you find the first port? So according to the statistics, the majority of passengers get on board on the first port. So basically, when we go this print df embark, as you can see, the most of this is on the embark is 644. So basically, port of Southampton. Yeah. So mostly of that data which is on the embark is using Southampton. So we can, based on these informations, we can use this data. So basically, we can fill in the data with this one for filling the embark. So we can go for a df embark fill now as in place equal to true. So basically, just run this Okay, we set Keanu. So we set filling the invert. As you can see, the invert is we have the two kind of nulls. Maybe just slightly. Yeah, I think the small amount of this. Okay, invert fill maybe invert fill. So what we need to write, we will try to write this one, the F, which is we calling the column name, which is invert. Okay, dot fill now. Okay, we will fill now. We want to fill
Okay.
it with S with the uppercase, yeah. And then in place true, it means for saving this. In place equal to true. Okay, so basically just like the previous, yeah, we're using the in place. And then now, okay, so it's already doing this. So now when we go this Keanu, what will happen? We can select the df info again, and we check that now the invert will be filled with that informations. As you can see, the invert is filled like this. Okay, I've sent you in the chat maybe, yeah, but maybe you can also see my screen first, yeah. I mean the presentations because we all don't have much of time for this one, yeah. Okay. Okay, Filna, and then yeah, you can follow. That's okay. And doing the df.info, and you will check that the invert, the previously 889, now will be 891 because we're filling that blank informations with that data. Okay, maybe we will try to go along first, yeah. So you can check also my code in the chat, can you? I've sent you in the chat, and you can follow along. Okay, so now what value should there be for each for this one, Keanu? So basically, Keanu, as you can see, when analyzing the age of the passenger and their cabin class, it's also possible to identify a pattern. So what pattern? So basically, this one, Keanu, we have the df.group by. We can using this one. We go for the PC class, and then we set for the age, and then we set for the median, which is the middle nodes of the data. Yeah. So as you can see, for the PC class 1, the median, which is the middle data, is 37. For the PC class 2, it's 29, and PC class 3 is 24. And then as you can see, the higher cabin class, the older the passengers. Okay, so basically when we go for the number one PC class, that means maybe for VIP, can ya? We can categorize this as maybe it's for VIP, can you? For VIP, it's maybe for business, and maybe it's for economy. So basically, we can conclude that, oh, most likely people that have the edge maybe around 30 or maybe around 30 prefer using the PC class number one. That means for VIP, yeah. We can see that. And we can also evaluate the median of age of passengers in each class and filling in the empty values with the data. So basically, we can use this one for filling this. So maybe when we have the data that have the median, we can select this. HDF PC class equal to 1, we will select the median and median. And on here, we will check the different classes. So now how can we work with the empty values if we decide not to fill it in the gaps with the same constants, but instead we take the cabin class into account. So after this, we will try to go after that with the apply method, Keanu, yeah. So basically, the method is applied to each row or maybe column of the data frame, or maybe to each cell in separated columns. And the name of the functions can be applied to the value is passed to the method as the parameter. And we will try to write the functions that will return the desired value to be replaced depending on the passenger's cabin class. And the algorithms of the functions, just like this here. If the age on the empty values, then we can check the cabin class and return the median age values corresponding to that class. Otherwise, we will try to return the value of that is restored in the cell for the age. Okay, so what data will functions for with? So basically, Keanu, we will try to go for this, yeah. The functions focuses on its values, which is the age, and also we will focus on the cabin class, yeah. So, and now how do we pass these values to the functions? So this one, we will pass the dataset string with the data about specific passengers to the functions as a parameter. So we will try to create the functions, Keanu. Basically, yeah, we are creating the def village for this, yeah. We set the row as the parameter. Row is a series of specific passengers, and then we go for this one. We creating the variable named the dfh, we filling the data, we apply the fill age axis 1. So basically, we will filling the age by using the axis 1, and that means we want to go for the rows. Currently, we indicate that the functions will process data from the multiple columns. We use the apply method for the entire data frame, not for a single column for this one. And then for function code, yeah, if the age field is empty, we will check which class the passenger belongs to if it's the first. Then put the average age for the first class, which we calculated earlier. And we will try to do the same with the second and also the third classes. And if the edge field is not empty, we will try to return the edge value that is already stored in the data frame. So how can we determine if a field maybe is empty for this? So we will try to go for PD is null. Yeah, we also already learned about this, Keanu, which is about the PD is null, which is used to automatically find the null values for this one. And also we can also check for null values either as single variables or maybe data structures, including a series and also data frame. And the value to be checked is sent to the function as an argument. And the method returns true or false. It's for the scalar values, yeah, which is a or Boolean structure for data structure for this one. So we can using this pd.is null and then what the name of the objects what we want to check. This dataset need cleaning. Okay, as you can see, yeah. So now the data have the non-null variable non-null of the data rows, yeah, already clean because we selecting that we filling the data that empty with something. But okay, so what we need to do now? Yeah, we finish cleaning data. Dataset is ready for analysis, but not for mathematical modeling. So basically, for analysis process, it's already good enough because we already applying some kinds to filling the non-null data just like previous, and the data now same in the total rows, which is we can use for data analysis, but not for mathematical modeling. So why is the dataset not ready for mathematical modeling? So basically this one machine learning methods will work only with the numerical data, and we have to convert all the passenger data into a numerical format. So basically what we need to do, we need to change the Keanu that we have the categorized variable data. That means maybe like passenger that have the objects maybe just like this one, object, and also maybe this one. We need to change that to be number or maybe integer or maybe a float, and maybe most likely integer, because the machine learning model only know about that about the mathematical modeling. So we need to convert that. So machine learning methods only with numerical data, and we need to convert all the passengers data into numerical format. So basically this one So basically what we need to convert maybe the most likely is the sex and also the embark because it's the object type, which is just like likely a string for this one. Okay, so how do we convert that now for the sex and also the embark? So basically this one we need to pay attention to whether the passenger survive or maybe not. How is it recorded? So basically we have also survive and not for this one for survive, which is already good enough for the integer. It will be 0 and 1 which is the boolean. 0 for not survive and 1 for survive for this one. And how is it recorded? As you can see, for 0 that means no, and 1 that means yes when a pair of unique values is stored in a column, 0 and 1 can be used as a numeric analogs of those values. And then as you can see, how many unique values are stored in the marked columns. Okay, maybe we'll check. As you can see, on the sex we have the two kind of sex so we have the male and also female. And also for the invert, we have the three kinds of informations: C for the Cherbourg, Q for the Queenston, and also S for Southampton. So basically, we have the three categories for the invert and two categories for the sex. And let's go, we use the values of 0 and also 1 to indicate the gender of the passengers. So for example, maybe 0 is female and 1 is male, or maybe vice versa for this one. And what do we do with the port names? As you can see we have this one, Cherbourg, Queenston, and Southampton. Can we replace this? Okay. So basically, we will try to go for replacing that also. So basically, just like I mentioned before, we need to convert that to be most likely number, not a string or maybe object anymore. So as you can see, we will try to go here, Cherbourg to be 1, Queenston to be 2, and Southampton to be 3. And then this one. Cherbourg less than Queenston, less than Southampton. Southampton equal to Cherbourg multiplied by 3. Southampton equal to Queenston's multiplied by 1.5. Okay. And then is it possible somehow to reach expressions with 0 and 1? Okay, so basically this one we can go for dummy variables, which is the auxiliary variables that used to build a model, and they take the values or maybe for the 0 and also 1. And this kind of variable reflects the presence or absence of the characteristics within an object for this one. And we will try to select spread columns for each port. So we have the first passengers board, the Titanic at the port C, and also the second at the Q, and also the third as S. Then how do we fill in the table with the zeros and also ones? Basically this one as you can see, when we hit C, we will be 1. That means that's present of C. But when it's not present of the C, it will be 0. And when it present as Q, it found Q, that means Queensland, it will be 1 on this row, but not, it will 0. So basically just like that, therefore making this sure how to make it to be 1 and 0. Okay, just next. And now how do we create dummy variables in the parameter pandas? So basically this one, yeah. So get dummies method, yeah. So we can use the get dummies method, which for converting one categorical variable into multiple dummy variables. The method doesn't delete the columns with the categorical variable. So basically we can go here, bd.get dummies, and then we are using the f columns name, yeah, which is about the column name. And as you can see, now when we go for embed, as you can see, it will splitting the embed to be like this. So C, it will be 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. Q will be like that, yeah. So what that means? So when this one a 1, that means S is present, but Q is not present and C is not present. For this one, that means C is present. And 0, that means Q and S is not present. So basically just see the number of 1, can. That means that's available. Understood? We need to converting that categorical or maybe a string or maybe objects to be like this, yeah. Okay, so the dynamic variables have been created, but have not yet been added to the
Okay, so the number one is randomized, right?
number 1 is present. That means present.
But it's randomized, right?
No, it's not random. So basically, it's based on our data. So basically, maybe we have Southampton, maybe S on here, on these rows. Maybe it's rows number 1, rows number 2, rows number 3, yeah, for example, yeah. We have Southampton, we have the Q on here, and also we have the C on here. When we go for this one, it's checked. Does it have S? Oh, yes, this has. So maybe mark it as S. And for this one, we go for Q. Does this have a Q? Oh, it's not have, so that means it's not have Q, but it has C. And also for this one and this one, that means for present, yeah. So basically, that means our data is present, but when we go for 0, that means our data is not present, can obey. Maybe after this we will go for along in the code, yeah. So you will be more know about this. So basically, dummy variables have been created but have not yet been added to dataset. So can we do that? We will try to create the columns with the port names in the datasets and also write the values of the dummy variables in them. So basically, just like this. The code is we will go df, which is the list, yeah, and then we go for the pd.getDummies again, and then we go for the invert and dot columns. So the columns attribute returns columns names, which is we have the index C, Q, and S. We set the type for objects, yeah, for this one, which is the first is object. And the list function converts the columns names to a list. So basically we have the C, we have the Q, and also we have the S there for converting this. We have the 3 kind of categories. And we will passing the list with the names of the new columns here, and then to the original data frame. So we set that to be like this for the original data frame. We set that. We will try to also write the values of the dummy variables in the new columns. So we set the list, we set the pd.getDummies, we set the invert, and we set the dot columns equal to pd.getDummies, and then we set the df invert for this one. And we can also delete the invert columns here. So basically just like this. We have the drop invert, we set the axis equal to 1, and also we set the in place equal to true. Yeah, that means we replacing that. Okay, so we've got our data frame, which we can use as basis of building mathematical models and also working with the mathematical machine learning. Okay, that's it. Any questions, Kenu? Before we go again, because we only have maybe 10 minutes, yeah. Any questions?
Can you do a quick recap of the
Okay, maybe a quick recap is, so what we learned today, Kenu, yeah. So we learned about the mathematical modeling, how to we turn our data, we clean the data, and then turns that to be a mathematical model that we will be used to for machine learning. So basically that's the recap, yeah. And how to do that, that's very technical. So maybe we will try to go for the Visual Studio Code after this, yeah. But maybe I will finish first the presentation because we have, around maybe some slides lah. Okay, master class classifications using the key and end method. Okay, so we have the sequence of actions in the machine learning. So first, as you can see, we already preparing the data, and then task for today is selecting the basic algorithms and also selecting model parameters. The sequence of an actions when choosing the basic algorithm, first we need to defining the type of task, and also the second we will go for the choice of the specific algorithm to solve a problem of this type. So basically, it's the classical machine learning task. We have the classification and also regression. Classification, that means it's the essence of the task. Based on the set of the characteristics, it will predict which category a new object should be assigned to. And for regressions, it will be the sense of the task. It's based on a set of characteristics. It will predict the value of the given indicator for a new objects. For classifications, example for this, based on the data about the bank's client, it will predict whether they will repay the loan on a time. And for regressions, example for this one, it will be based on the data about the state of the atmosphere, yeah, and predict their air temperature. And what type is the task about the Titanic passenger? So basically, it's most likely about classification, and because we will try to classify about the passengers, maybe it's male, female, and so on.
Okay.
So we will try to go using the Q nearest neighborhood methods, or maybe QNN. Yeah, we'll construct model based on the simplest classification algorithm, which is QNN, Q nearest neighbors. How does the QNN algorithms work? So basically, we need to consider first the operating principle of algorithm by using the example model that determines the probability of the loan repayment based on two characteristics, which is the age and also income of the borrower. Okay, so we visualize the data about the income and age of borrowers using the two-dimensional coordinate system. Yeah, so we want to see the pattern besides the income and also the age. As you can see, it's look like this. Yeah, let's put the points representing a real bank customers on the coordinates plane. Yeah? So basically, it's showing us the similarity of the income and also the age. And then we mark the customers who did not repay their loans on the time in red, and then customer will repay their loans on time in green. So basically, as you can see, we will able to see the data about it. And then as you can see, we will also add the new point of the graph, the client. We need to predict the probability of the loan repayment forward. Okay, so the method use Q nearest neighbors. Where do we get key from, and also which neighbors is considered the nearest? So basically, we will try to choose the value of the key ourselves, which is 1, 2, and 3. And we also will use the nearest neighbor, will be the one whose distance away on the graph, which is the shortest. So basically, this one, we find the nearest neighbors for a given point and also see which categories they belong to. So basically, for the left side, we have the one neighbor is from the category of those who didn't repay their loan. And then the second, when we go for this two neighbors, that means one who repaid their loan and also another who didn't. And also for the three neighbors, that means two of the whom returned their loans, yeah, basically for this. And then for this one, of the three neighbors whose story is known, two repaid their loans on time. And based on this, we can assume that the new clients should also be classified as the well-off. And we can expect that they will return the entire loan to the bank on time, yeah, for this one. And maybe we have the three neighbors and so on. And so for wrap up for today's lesson, Kenu, after this, we will try to go along about the code again, yeah. The first key is the
Yes.
number of the neighbors that are compared for the model to base decisions on the classifications of the new objects. And second, if the classification should be determined whether the object belongs to one of two categories. It's desirable that the number of neighbors be an odd number. And then number three, the key shouldn't be so large that the model is trained on the basis of general patterns rather than specific cases. The important nuance data display in the scale, as you can see. Which better, can the left side or maybe the right side to see the data?
The right side.
Yeah, the right side because we have the we have the quality and also the size of the X and also the Y is the same. That means it will be great for us. And sorry. Another important nuance is the data display the scale, yeah, characteristics whose values vary widely as stronger effects on the classification result. And we also have standardizations of metrics, yeah. So all the data is transformed in a way that makes the average value of each characteristic equal to 0 and also the standard deviations to 1. But however, some of the values go beyond -1
-1
and
and +1.
+1, yeah. And this is an important stage of the data preparations to make sure the KNN algorithms work correctly. Okay, so let's start building models. So basically for this, we will try to divide the data set into two parts, yeah, which is a sample of correct classifications for training the model and also for the unknown, yeah, to the model for testing. And we also will try to standardize the metrics in the both data sets. We also will try to create the KNN classifier objects. We'll use a ready-made tool, configure the model parameters, train the model on the training data sets, and calculate the predicted values of the target variables for the test data set and evaluate the prediction accuracy. And the tools for it, we can also use the
Is
sklearner, which is
sklearner.
yes, it's also a library. We can import this just like the pandas. And this one, yeah, functions for splitting the original data set into samples for training and testing the model. We have the key-learn.model selections. We can import the train test split for splitting about the training data and also the testing data. And then after that, we can standardizing the metrics by using this one. Importing the from sklearn, we do preprocessing, we import the standard scalar. And then for creating the training model, just using this. We import now the QNC. Yes,
classifier.
QNS burst classifiers. That's
Wait,
name of the,
wait. KNN is an actual module.
yeah, the module is KNN.
Okay, so it exists in Python. Okay, okay.
Okay. And function for evaluating the accuracy of the model, we can use this one. Yeah. So to check about the data, we can use the conversion matrix, which is this one. Import function matrix, and then accuracy score. And then step one, divide the set into two parts. Basically this one, yeah. So we are already doing this. We will try to splitting the survive and also the basic class, sex, and so on. And then separating the target variable from the rest of data. So we go for the X, which is for the df the drop. We go for the survive and also axis one, and Y for df axis, yeah, survive for target variable. So we want to know about the survive and not survive. And
Okay,
divide the target.
can I see the previous code? Wait.
This one.
Okay, this one. Devel survives axis one. So the axis is the axis is what again?
Axis one. This
Yeah,
one.
axis one. Yeah, axis one.
That means we are using the data. Yeah, that means we are
Okay, okay.
using the rows, yeah, of the data.
So one
Okay,
row. Okay, okay.
okay, and then divide data into training set and also test set. Yeah, so basically it's for the training, which
So
is
we
the basic
use
class.
another dummy, like what dummy
Yeah,
dummy what?
we will creating this. So basically, training, that means we will try to learning about the data. Yeah, maybe it's about 30% of the data, and for the testing, sorry, maybe training it's about the 7%. So that means we want to model learn about our data, and the testing, that means we need to testing the data in 30%. So basically, the model will try to test our model that already trained to the data. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then the train test
Wait,
split functions. Yeah. So the function randomly
wait,
splits
wait,
the
wait.
data.
Can you go back for a bit?
Okay, I go back.
Okay, this one. The P class is straight, the sex is zero. This is one, so zero survive. Okay.
Okay,
Can you like explain shortly what it means again?
okay. So basically, training, that means is for training, yeah, is for the model learn about our data.
Yeah,
Basically,
okay,
it will be
understand.
70%, yeah, of the data. Maybe when we have 1,000 rows, it will be
700.
700. Yeah, 700. It will be learning our data, and then testing is maybe likely 30%. So that means when the model already learn about our data, it will try to test the data. Is it correct or not? That's it.
Okay.
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 Okay, maybe I will check the time first, because okay, I think we still have a lot of slides, yeah, but we don't have much of time. Okay, Kenu, because of we already enough for this, yeah, because we are already an hour, but more, yeah, we must be likely we start on the 7th. Okay, maybe I will share to you this link. Hopefully you can join in the next lessons. I will try to explain you again. But
Okay.
maybe something about today, can what we learned for today. We learned about the Q&A methods and also how to do it. Okay, I've shared you the link of presentations. You can read it again, and hopefully you can try in your home. You can maybe if you have a time, please make sure that you follow that along, and yeah, you have the capability for doing that. Okay,
Yeah.
Kenu? Until here,
Okay.
any questions?
No.
Can you explain to me what you learn, what you get on today?
Okay, so I learn how to machine learn and then the dummy diagrams and also the KNN
CNN,
module.
yes, classifier, and also about machine learning, yeah, for this modeling.
Yes.
We also do
Yes.
about the cleaning and so on for today's lessons. Okay, maybe that's it, Keno, for today's lessons. Thank you so much for joining class. Hopefully it will be meaningful for you. So thank you, and see you in the next lesson, Keno. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Go away. Thank you.